Hello everyone, welcome to Sawa Speak and Write Arabic Basics lesson number 3. This is going to be our last lesson in basics level, and today we are going to talk about the Arabic letters, a bit more about the Arabic letters and plus Shaddah and Maddah. So let's start. Last lesson we have learned about the Arabic letters Lam, Alif, Ta marbuta, and Hamza, and what else? Yes, Alif Maqsura. And now we are going to start with letters that sound similar. So in Arabic we have a lot of letters that might seem that they are just the same letters and just have different shapes, but really every letter has its own pronunciation, and today I'm going to try to make it a bit more clear how the difference in pronunciation is. So I made some examples or couples of letters that sound a bit similar, and let's start. So first couple is Alif and Ain, then we have Ta and Ta, then we have Zain, Dhal, Tha and Dha, then Sin and Sad, then Kaf and Qaf, then we have Dal and Dad, and Ha and Ha. So these letters, I've noticed that people mostly kind of get confused about the pronunciation and can't really differentiate between them. So I've made some examples to show you how the pronunciation is and how it's different. So first example is for this Alif and Ain. So the word is, read again from right to the left. So it's Alam. Then the second word with Ain is Alam. Alam, Alam. Can you hear the difference? It's the same word, but only the first letter is different, and in the first it's Alif and the second it's Ain. So it's Alam, Alam. Alam means pain and Alam means flag. Okay, then the couple number 2, Teen and Teen. Teen, Teen. Again, Teen, Teen. Again, we have here the same word, only the first letter is different. In the first it's Ta, and in the second it's Ta. And Teen means fig and Teen means clay, so the meaning is very different. Okay, then to category number 3, we have Zain and Dhal and Tha and Dha. So Za, Dha, Tha, Dha. Okay, words. We have Zir, Dhura, Thalj, Dhalam. Again, Zir, Dhura, Thalj, Dhalam. The letter Zain, or here we can just use the letter with vowel sign Fatha, so the pronunciation would be Z. It's kind of like the Z in the English alphabet, like in the word zebra, for example. So it's really a Z. It's between the teeth. So okay. Then we have Dhal or The, and The is a TH in English, and for example, like in the word this, the word this is pretty much a Dhal. Then we have the Tha or Tha, and it's a TH in English, just like in the word thunder. Thunder, thunder. It's a bit more drier than the in this. Okay, then we have salam, or the dha now, and dha doesn't really exist in English. It's just like a zal, but it's kind of heavier. Okay, then we move to the next couple, sin and sad. Sin and sad. We have the word safe and then the word saif. Again, safe and saif. Again, here's the same word, but the first letter is different. Again, in the first it's sin, and the second it's sad. Sad is just also a heavier sin, kind of. Yeah, so safe and saif. Saif means sword and saif means summer. Okay, moving to the next couple, we have kaf and qaf. Ka and qa. We have the words kalb and qalb. Kalb, qalb. The letter qaf comes more from the throat and it's heavier. It's qa, qalb. And the first one is kalb, kalb. And here also the meaning is very different. The first one with kaf, kalb means dog, and qalb means heart, so it would be funny mixing up these two words. The meaning will be destroyed. Okay, moving to the next couple, we have dal and dad. Word, the first word dal, and the second dal. Dal, dal. Here we can notice that again here the dad is kind of a heavier dal, and we can notice that after a letter like dad, the letter after it will be heavier, automatically also be heavier. It's not dal, it's dal. The lam becomes like heavy, dal. And the first is, and in the first it's dal. So this could be kind of a trick if you can't really pronounce the dad. Just pronounce the next letter heavier and it will kind of sound like a dad. Like if you say dal, it's kind of it sounds more right than saying dal. Then again will be have the dal effect. So if you really can't pronounce dad, of course you should try, but if you can't, then just pronounce the next letter a bit heavier and it will kind of sound like a dad. Okay, next couple and the last couple, it's ha and ha. Ha and ha always gets confused. I've noticed that ha is one of the most difficult letters to pronounce after qaf and ayn maybe, or just like them, and it mostly get confused with kha. So people trying to pronounce it right and then they say kha instead of ha, but it's not really a kha, it's ha. It's just try to put more pressure into your breath when speaking out and say ha. So the first word is haram and the second word is haram. Can you hear the difference? Haram and haram. The first word means pyramid and the second means campus. Okay, so I'm gonna read the words one more time, starting from the right to the left. Alam, alam. Teen, teen. Zir, dhura. Thalj, ظلام. سيف, صيف. كلب قلب دل ضل هرم حرم. Okay, now let's move to letters that cannot be connected from the left. I don't know if you can remember, in the first lesson of basics level we talked about how words can only be built in connecting the letters, otherwise it will not be a word, and that but that there still are some exceptions for some letters that are not always connected. So here are the letters. Letters are alif, dal, zal, ra, zain, and waw. 6 letters, and these letters can only be connected from the right but are not connected from the left. Therefore their medial form is always just like the final form. And I've made some examples. Let's start with the first word again from the right to the left, the word bab. Bab. Here, as you can see, the alif is not connected to the ba. Then we have the word badr. Here the dal, we can also see it's not connected. Jadr. Then haram. Then we have the word jazar. Then we have ju'. And in these words we can notice that the letters I have mentioned before are not connected. If they are in the middle, or even if they are at the beginning, they will not be connected. They will just look like either like the initial form, or if they are in the middle, if they appear in the middle, they look like the final form. Okay, and the reason why these letters cannot be connected, I guess, I don't really know, but I guess that the reason is that they could be then confused with some other letters. For example, if we would just connect the alif, it would look like kalam, and we could not really then differentiate and know if it's an alif or a lam. Or for example the letter dal, if we connect it, it will be then look like a noon, and things like that. So I think that would be the reason. I'm not really sure, but I guess so. Okay, so even these letters are not connected from the left, we can still build a word even if they're not connected. Okay, let's move to Shaddah and Maddah. So Shaddah, let's start with Shaddah. Shaddah is a sign for emphasizing, and it simply doubles the consonant it's put on. And again, reminder, all letters of the Arabic alphabet are considered to be consonants. So yes, if we put a shadda on a letter, it doubles the letter. It sounds like we speak out the letter double time. And again, now we have some examples. I guess it's easier to learn through examples than just talk and talk and talk. So let's start. First word, tuffah. Tuffah. Do you hear it? It's like tuff and then saying fah. So it's tuffah. Okay, next word, shadda. Shadda. Again, here we have like a double D. It's shad and da. Shadda. Then we have the word Muhammad. Muhammad. It's like Muham and then Mad. Muhammad. It can also appear at the end of the word. I've only put examples where the shadda is in the middle, but it can also be at the end of the word. Like for example, the word jaw. Here we can't hear it, but if we continue reading in a sentence, it, for example, we say jawun jamilun, beautiful weather. We can hear this double u. It's jawun. Yes. Okay, then we move to madda. Madda is always placed on an alif, on the letter alif. It can only be placed on alif. And madda appears when the word in real has two alifs after each other, and then we put just a madda, and it's just a longer sound of alif. Remember, the alif maqsura is a shorter sound of alif, and the alif with madda is a longer sound of alif. So if we want to order them from longer to short, it's alif with madda, then alif maqsura. Okay, an example: the word amana, and then the same word with madda instead of hamza, it's amana. Amana, amana. Can you hear the difference? I guess so. So it's amana and amana. Okay, this is the end of this lesson, basics level lesson number 3, and this will be the last lesson of basics level, I guess. And I just want to give you an advice: do not use romanization too much. Do not try to always write the pronunciation of Arabic words in Latin letters. It will, maybe at the beginning it will be helpful, but do not get used to it too much. Try to always read it in the original Arabic letters, and practice a lot in writing and talking. Talk to a friend. And the words that appeared in this lesson, you don't have really to remind it. I mean, you can use it to kind of expand your vocabulary, but I only used it for examples. And let me know if this was helpful, and if you have any question, just let me know, if it's through a comment or send me an email. And see you next time, starting with level number 1. Goodbye, see you next time. إلى اللقاء.